So today we're going to be testing out Bluetti's Elite 300 power station. And Bluetti claims this is the smallest 3 kilowatt hour power station out on the market today. So the Elite 300 has 2400 watts continuous AC output. It does have a 3 kilowatt hour battery on the inside, and it weighs in right at 58 pounds. Now that's not necessarily light, but it is lighter than other power stations with a battery that size. And with the built-in carry handles, it does make it where this power station is fairly easy to move around. Now just for comparison, apples to apples, Bluetti to Bluetti, this power station is a little bit older, probably 2.5 years older than this design. And this is 2400 watts of output. Same AC output, and it only has 2 kilowatt hours worth of storage. This has 3, 50% more. And you can see the size difference. And this one actually weighs 62 pounds. This one weighs 58 pounds. So it is smaller, it is lighter, 50% more storage. It's amazing, you know, they continually improve, make things better. And this one is definitely more portable and easier to carry around than this one is. So just a quick overview of the power station. All your AC and DC outlets and push buttons are all on the front, easily accessible. The only thing on the side is where your AC charging cord plugs in. So it has 4 regular AC outlets, and then it has the 30 amp RV outlet. Of course, it's only going to output 2400 watts, but you can still plug in your RV and power it from here if you need to. It's got 2 USB-A ports and 2 USB-C ports. You have a 10 amp 12 volt DC outlet, and then you have a 30 amp DC outlet, which is I believe it's an XT90 connector. And then you have your PV input as well, and it can take up to 60 volts and 22 amps for a maximum of 1200 watts of solar that you can use on this power station. So I've already ran several tests on the Elite 300, and the first one I did is more of a usable capacity test. It's going to show us how efficient it is at taking 3 kilowatt hours worth of battery and turning that into how much usable AC power it can actually make. So I took an Emporia smart energy outlet, energy monitoring outlet, plugged it in, I plugged it into a heat gun, turned it on max to slowly drain the power station down. So once the battery state of charge got to 0, the power station turned off the AC power, and the energy monitor had recorded 2.8 kilowatt hours of AC output. So when you look at that conversion of 3 kilowatt hours of DC to 2.8 of AC, that means this power station is roughly 92.9% efficient on that conversion, which is pretty good for a power station. Now after that test, I charged the power station back up from 0 to 100% using a regular wall outlet. I left all the default settings in there. I didn't try to adjust anything. All I did was switch it to turbo mode on the charging, which ended up being like 1440 watts of charge. And that took right at 2.5 hours for this to fully charge. Now that seems a little long for a power station, but this does have a bigger battery. So the next test I ran was an output test. I want to see if this could truly output 2400 watts continuous. So I hooked up 2 heat guns to it. I tried to dial in the wattage right to 2400 watts, and I had it a little bit high. It was bouncing up. The wattage wasn't constant. It would bounce up and down. I tweaked it a little bit more, and I got that wattage to where it was going up and down between 2300 and 2400 watts. And when I got it right there at that peak output, it just ran, and it ran continuous. I let it run for like 15 minutes without any problems. I drained it down, I think, from 100% down to below 70% capacity. So it can output 2400 watts continuous. There's a lot of the power stations out there, the moment they get above like their listed wattage, like they shut down immediately. So what I noticed is that this power station was able to run above it, a little bit above the high output for a little while. So I thought I would test that as well. So I ended up maxing out both heat guns, and then I turned on the AC power, and it was outputting 3000 watts. And it powered both of those heat guns for 8 seconds before it finally shut down. So that means this power station, besides outputting 2400 watts continuous, it does have a little bit of headroom. It can like go above that for a few seconds and be able to handle that. And during that test, even though it was outputting 3000 watts, it was still keeping a steady voltage the whole time. So the next test I wanted to run was a solar power test. So I set up the Bluetti 350 watt portable solar panel, and then I took the power station out there, but I left it off. And as soon as I plugged in the solar power to the unit saw that, it powered itself up and started charging itself. So it like automatically detected the solar, automatically started charging. It was really nothing that I had to do. So if you had this set up where it was plugged into a solar panel overnight, as soon as the sun would come up, it would be able to turn itself on and start charging. So the Elite 300 can be used as a UPS. Now, to be considered an uninterruptible power supply, it has to transfer in 10 milliseconds or less, and this is rated for 10 milliseconds. So when you unplug this and it switches over to power with the battery, it should be pretty much instantaneous, and you shouldn't see the light blink. And there it went. I didn't see it blink at all. Now, a lot of power stations are what they call emergency power supply, and they switch in 20 milliseconds. And that small amount of time difference is you can see this light blink on a 20 millisecond transfer time, but on a 10, it seems instantaneous. You can't even tell it happens. So just like other Bluetti products, this can communicate to your device through Bluetooth, and it can also be on your Wi-Fi network, and then you can monitor it anywhere. And with the app, you get all the same information that's on the display here. Plus, you can turn the AC and DC on and off from your device, and you can change the settings. So when you go into settings, you can go in here and you can change the charging mode, and that will determine how fast it charges back up off of a regular wall outlet. You can also change the working mode. Right now I have it in regular standard UPS mode. So if it's plugged into the wall, the power passes right through to whatever your device is. As soon as the power goes out, power station kicks in, starts powering that device. You also have a PV priority mode. And what this will do is it will try to power the device off of solar and battery first. And then once your battery gets so far depleted, it'll switch back to the wall outlet. And this could be an energy savings, trying to power with solar instead of trying to buy it from the power company. And then you have a time control mode. And this might be for those areas that have like a really expensive time to buy power from the grid. So you can set that time period up in there, say it's like 5 in the evening till 8 p.m. at night, and this power station will power that load during that time as long as there's enough battery, and then afterwards it'll switch back to the grid, saving you buying energy at those high prices. So now that I've ran all these tests, I know it does have 2400 watts of continuous output. So that means any regular appliance in your house, like a microwave, a toaster oven, coffee pot, all of those things, it's going to be able to power up. Your TV, your Starlink satellite, your computer, it's going to be able to power, maybe not all at once, but it'll be able to power those devices. So the question now is, how does it handle inductive loads? Now, an inductive load is a motor or like a compressor. So that would be like power tools, like saws, drills. It could be pumps. A lot of people have sump pumps in their house. They have well pumps. So we're going to try to run a couple power tools with the Elite 300. We're going to see if it powers it up. We're going to see how it sounds when it powers up. We're also going to take an inrush amp reading, see what the max amps was that this was able to send to the tool. We're also going to take a minimum voltage reading right here. Now the reason for that, a lot of times when it outputs amps really high, the voltage dips a little bit, and I just want to see what the power station does. The first tool I'm going to test is a large shop vac, and vacuums are kind of notorious for being high wattage. So I'm going to go ahead, I think I got everything ready. We're going to go ahead and kick it on. So the max inrush amps was 26 amps, and then the voltage drop is only 119.9. So the voltage just dipped probably less than a volt. Not bad at all, ran perfectly fine. So next up is a circular saw, and this says it is a 15 amp circular saw. So this is about as big as you're gonna get on a regular outlet. Reset my meters. Will it start a 15 amp saw? So our max inrush, 37.2 amps. That is good. You gotta consider like the continuous output on this, 2400 watts, that's 20 amps is the normal continuous output, and that is almost double to be able to start this saw. And the voltage drop, 112.7. So it dropped, what, 7 volts? You know, 7, 8 volts, something like that. Not too bad. Actually performed really well. Now that voltage drop, that's actually fairly common when you start a motor because it requires so much amperage so quickly that it has to sacrifice that voltage to make that much amps. If you've ever had your lights dim in your house when the air conditioner starts, it's the exact same thing. So, I mean, it happens on grid power, it happens on power stations, but really for that to only dip like 8 volts, I don't think that's bad at all. And this is about as big a power tool as you're gonna have on a normal 15 amp outlet. So I think that the power station would probably run all your normal power tools just fine. So I think overall, the power station performs exactly the way it says it would. So after testing the Elite 300, I think it has met all of my expectations, maybe even exceeded them a little bit. I think it performed really well. My favorite thing about it is that it weighs a little bit less. It's a lot smaller than the other Bluetti power station that I have, and it's got more storage. I really do like that. This is definitely gonna be my new go-to. I used to carry that other one around. Anytime I needed to do something, I would use it all over the property, and now this one's just smaller and lighter. This is definitely gonna be my new go-to. Power station this size is almost ideal in a way. It's like it's portable enough that you can take it in your vehicle. You can move it around your house from room to room really easy during a power outage. You can throw it in your camper RV, take it tent camping, and it could really be handy. And for me, I just throw it in the back of the side-by-side, and then I can power a cement mixer or different power tools in different locations where there is no power. So I think the Elite 300 seems to be, with all the testing, I mean, it seems to be a good unit. So if you guys are interested in this power station, I will leave a link in the description below. I'll also leave a link to the 350 watt solar panel from Bluetti. Pairs up nicely with this power station. So I just looked at Bluetti's website, and the Elite 300 is actually sold out right now, but it's supposed to be back in stock August 4th, just here in a few days. So if you are interested in buying this, I have a discount code that can save you 8% off the Elite 300. I'll leave that down in the description as well. But I think that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.